Hello, and welcome to August 26th, Stochastics Uptrend Forward Testing. So we're going to be doing this for a couple of weeks just to see how it goes. The important part is establishing your entry, exits, and adjustments as time goes on. So we'll start off with the list here at Ford. And as you can see, Ford did not trigger. This order did not trigger. The lesson here today is if an order does not trigger, cancel it, because this is stochastic and the things change from day to day, and you would might be when you run the scanner, then you might have better opportunity. So the result here is that this order would have been canceled, and what we'll do is we'll take it off the list. This is another thing about managing your watch list. Just click it off and it's gone. And there. So now our next one of interest, and we'll go ahead and pin this so that won't happen again. And now we'll go to SoFi. So SoFi also did not trigger. It did not trigger. Do not chase the trade. It doesn't trigger. Do not chase the trade. Let it go. And this is, remember, what is this? This is stochastics uptrend. That is that the stochastics RSI and histogram are going in the up direction along with the 10 EMA, which is right here. This is what qualified it yesterday. And today, and our entry was at the top of the body, because look how wide this was. There is a low here. We could have taken the low here, but the bottom line is the order did not trigger. Cancel the order. Take it off the list. Gone. Okay, that takes us now to EQT. So EQT and order triggered. So the order triggered, and now we're into the order. So what's going to happen now? And now the order triggered, and it came and it fell underneath the entry price. Do not put the exit to the entry price. Your exit starts here at the low of the 3-to-1 ratio of the Fibonacci retracement when you restructure it to a 3-to-1 ruler. So your stop here will still be here, and then we'll see what happens next. So this will continue on the list. That takes us down to Chevron. And Chevron, now, because this is so tight, we're going to have to zoom in and make a declaration. Did it trigger or did not? So we're going off the body because it's so wide, and the top was the close at 98.51. You can see it right here, 98.51. In fact, let's bring this. Oops, that wasn't very clever. Now I'm going to have to try to go find it. Okay, there, and back, and okay. So now, oh boy, trying to go down. That's okay. So the close was 98.51. Can round up to 98.55. The high here was 98.73. This order triggered. This order is in play. That's it. And now we'll go ahead, and the initial stop is down here. Okay, going on now to our next one of interest. And order triggered. Now this is bad. This is one, and the other ones were a little bit bad too. But this is considered like the worst situation, and that is this. I'm going to have to keep this over here so it doesn't keep doing that. Okay. Bottom line is, move this up a little higher so we can see it better. Okay, the lesson is this. This is slippage. It happens. You get filled here and it drops, and it's really painful, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's the market. The market. Apparently the day started strong and then sold off. Can it reverse? Sure it can. I mean, look, we do have higher lows. Doesn't matter what the color is. You have higher lows from this point here going up. And this is still in the sweet spot. This is well, not totally, it's at 32, but still it is in a positive territory. When it gets down to the 10 value line, that's when you really have to start worrying. But by that time, you're going to have established your exit rule already and then have it ready to play. Also, the histogram continue in the up direction. On the histogram, when you set this up, the color changes when it changes direction. So it starts going down and it stays red, 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 and then it changes to the up, then goes to green. This green is higher. This one is higher than that one. This is higher than that, and this last one is higher than this. It might be very minuscule, like point decimal, 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 but the bottom line is the scanner and the indicators pick it up, and then you do have, so we do have positive green on the histogram. There's still some opportunity there. Going on to AR. So AR, it also triggered, and it triggered, and probability is small, probably a little bit in the negative territory, but there we are. And once we clear, we're going to be doing the pro exits. What I mean by that is the traders that I have been listening to on Jack Swagger's series books, the majority are tight exits. That is, that when price clears their entry point, they'll move their stop to the entry point. And then some will scale out all the way up. And some will do Fibonacci retracement. Some also too would do, like right here, would use this as a Fibonacci retracement as opposed to all the way down here, because they want to achieve those ratio points ASAP, the lock-in profit. Because remember, a majority of the pro traders are portfolio managers, which means that they have to deliver profit to their clients. Case in point is institutions. Institutions have to need, they put with their pension funds. They need to have cash by the end of every month to make that payment check on the first of the month. And they sell their winners. That's what they do. They'll look and say, who's made the most profit? Sell it. Take that profit, make the payments. If there's money left over, then it goes right back to the trading capital, or they liquidate just enough to make the obligation. But that's what they'll do. They won't sell their losers. They sell their winners, because their losers are not making any profit. Now, we as traders, it's another story. I'm not going to get into it because it's another controversy. Okay, here we got the same thing. We opened up high and it fell down. So there isn't much there we can do. There it is right there. And now we come down here and here. Now we got to determine, did this trigger to stay on the list? The top of the body is 2426. I would call it 2430. So we gotta get a high of 2430. No, it did not. It got 2426. So right there, I'm looking at the close, top of the body at 24.26. I would call it 24.30, and it got to the high of 24.26. This order is canceled, and there, it's gone. And that's it. So now we go on to CTVA. So this is another one. Now this one isn't the trade. Now you see we have the close is above the EPS. So I really am not inclined to be that tight. I still have to have a little bit of room, at least to clear the body, if not the tail. Because that's my past experience. The pro traders, like I said, are going to put it right there at the 43.82. So let's see how this is going to come out. But it's staying on the list, and when you come back and we'll visit it again tomorrow. Okay, here, order did not trigger. This definitely did not trigger. You can see it there. It's very clear. We have you have a gap. So that order did not clear. So that order now is gone. So now it takes us to lift. And lift was a slippage. Came up, dropped back down again. So this will be staying on here to see if it will do a turnaround. Okay, RTX. And RTX, we have to change. It did it trigger. So we are here at the top of the body at 85.75, and the high was 85.80. It triggered. So this order is triggered, and we are here. And you can see in the live and in the KR report, first video of the day, you will see that this trade did trigger, and we are in this trade, and we're already behind. But again, this has the potential. This comes up, retraces the middle section of the Fibonacci retracement between the entry and exit, and then possibility of going back up, and the possibility of being stopped out, which we'll see which way it goes. Going on to BBL. Okay, BBL did not trigger. You can see right there, very good gap, did not trigger, and result is we take that off the list. And now that takes us to Liberty. So here at Liberty, and Liberty triggered, but did not really clear very good of the entry point. So this will hold on to that. And then did not trigger. Gun R did not trigger. So again, take that off the list, and now it's gone. So with that done, now we'll go on to and get the scanner. So now we'll go to our scanner and bring this back down, and we'll set up our scanner. And so we'll go to the scanner, and in the scanner, we're going to switch to our uptrend. So personal, Stochastic uptrend, and all optionable, $10 to 100, 2 million shares, and scan. Now, while it's scanning, remind you, these parameters are changeable. These are changeable. Down here to change this condition on a more permanent basis, it's right here on the pencil, which is your editor. But up here, you can change the range of the stocks, volume, and over here, you can come to the market category. We're doing all optionable, but you can see you have other opportunities here with all kinds of Russell 2000, the Russell 1000, REITs. So if you have a particular market that you like to scan only, then just go ahead and see if it's listed in here somewhere that will accommodate you. All right. That said, we do have two candidates, and we're going to go ahead and mark them in. And I'm going to come over here and add them to the list. That's how you add the list, and then you come down and see. And now we added the two new ones, A-Light and S-Dow. So going over to the marker, and then going to the chart, and there it is. So now we'll come here, and we'll right there to the lower price channel. We'll use that. Done. And now let's go back to the scanner. And our next one is S-Dow. Come up, go to the chart, and Fibonacci replacement, and from the top of the body, there's a low right in there where that channel is at. That'll be kind of tight, but this is good because we want to hit these ratios ASAP. If we hit the 10 ratio, that would be the ultimate goal, and it's doable. We're only talking $8, virtually $7.50, and the ATR is 75 cents. So is it possible that this can run and get all the way up to 10x? Absolutely. We saw it on KR. So if it happens once somewhere, it will happen somewhere else again elsewhere. All right. With that said, that is the conclusion of today's report for the what we're testing. We don't have any outs as this time, and we'll check it out, see how it goes tomorrow. This is going to run for about 2 weeks. Let's say today is the 26th. So this will end on around September 5 or 6, and that will give us enough data to see where things are going. And also, the most important is honing down your trading entry points and sticking to the discipline of establishing your stops. And with that, I thank you very much for stopping by and checking it out.